Hey Yugi fam, hope everybody's having a great day today. Welcome to another video. So I went to locals today, and we had 16 players today. Not bad, um, but we had 4 rounds, and I went undefeated until the last round and lost. So I went X1 with this deck. I got second place. Played ABC's going second build. I think a going second is probably the way to go with this deck. So the last time I played this deck at locals was, I think it was like a week and a half ago, and I tested it out with one of my friends going first. We played like 3 matches, I think, or two. I think we played 2 matches, and he's playing Sword Soul, and he beat me both matches, mainly because I was drawing like too many pieces, like not enough ways to like Union Hanger. Like it didn't feel good. It just didn't feel like the deck was there. It didn't feel consistent enough. It didn't feel like the ceiling was high enough. So then last minute, I decided to just play the deck going second for the tournament, because we weren't playing in the tournament. We were just doing some practice matches. But then in the tournament, I ended up going X1 as well, but I lost early on in the round in the tournament, so I ended up getting fourth. But today I went undefeated until the last round, and then I lost, unfortunately. But yeah, I got second place, which is not bad at all. My matchups were pretty solid too. So round one, I went up against PK. Round two, I got that win, by the way. Round two, I went up against my friend playing Sword Soul, and I won that. And then round three, I played another buddy of mine. He was playing Drytron, and I won that one too. So PK, Sword Soul, Drytron, and then round four, I played against another buddy of mine who's playing Eldritch with a little spice. I actually posted the deck profile. That's the same, yeah, same player that I lost to. So yeah, but anyway, I was pretty happy with the deck. Unfortunately, the last round, when I lost game one because I had evenly matched, but I didn't have any follow up, and I knew he had like DPE, and I know he had the dasher draw two, and I just scooped it up game one because there was no point in just playing it out, relying on top decking something good, even after I evenly. So I just scooped it up, and then game two, I opened up pretty subpar. Unfortunately, I opened up Dasher and like Twin Twisters, like Fusion Destiny, which was nice, but then I top deck into Union Driver, and that was actually extremely terrible because I had to pitch it for Twin Twisters, like I had to. And I opened up Droplet, Imperm, like I just had to burn through resources I didn't want to burn through. Later on in that duel, I drew Terraforming, and if I had the Union Driver still in my deck, I think it probably would have been my game. I would have been able to outgrind him at that point. But unfortunately, I just drew the Union Driver, and I was basically playing like a losing, battle pretty much. But yeah, it's unfortunate it happens. Still pretty happy with the first 3 matches, just the last match. But anyway, yeah. So this deck going second, drawing that 6 card is extremely crucial. Like drawing blowout cards, like infinite permanents. Plus, you get to play a ton of hand traps in this deck. So I think going second is probably the correct way to play this deck for now. So yeah, going right into the deck profile, we play 3A, 3B, and 2C. This is the same, and then one driver. This is the same ratio that I played, that I showcased for you guys in my deck profile just recently, like not too long ago. I made an ABC deck profile. So in the last time I played this deck at locals, when I decided to play going second, like last minute, I wasn't. I even though I went X1, I still felt like I was playing the deck like incorrectly with some of the things that I was playing. Like for example, I'm not playing Galaxy Soldier in this list, so no Infinity, no Nova, since we're going second. I just want to see like blowout cards, like hand traps, and then like Union Hanger or like Fusion Destiny going second. But anyway, yeah, three A, 3B, 2C, one Union Driver. I think this is pretty good. I think this is solid for now. I mean, The only thing, obviously, is just playing more copies of Union Driver or a third copy of C, but I think that's pretty bad because this gets you the search, this recycles like later on, like later in the duel when you're trying to cycle back through your pieces. That's why A becomes very, very valuable. C loses its value very quickly and it doesn't do anything by itself. Like it doesn't, it requires you to have another piece. When you do have another piece, it's amazing, but if you don't, it's the worst one. This, you really want to keep this in the deck unless you draw unauthorized reactivation. That card's great. But yeah, otherwise this card's terrible to draw. But I think this was a good ratio. The last time, the last time I played this deck, it was just like, it was off. Like stuff that I was playing wasn't, I didn't really feel like it was working too well. But I did add the DPE package, which I wish I added the last time. Yeah, DPE is just so good, especially in this deck. DPE is great in every deck, honestly, in most decks. 12 hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, and then 3 Imperm. Yeah, just really good hand traps that are good in this meta. Main deck Nib is just insane, blowout. And then like these hand traps are just really good against most things in the meta. Only things like these are subpar against Virtual World. That's pretty much it. Like Virtual World, like having Imperm, Veiler, you barely do anything to them. Unless like you could stop Zolkin, I guess, but for the most part, like they're getting all their pluses. They're setting up Chuche. So yeah, these hand traps suck against Virtual World. Maybe like Imperm not so much, but Veiler definitely. But yeah, otherwise, like most of these hand traps are pretty good in the meta. So yeah, that's the hand traps I decided to main. 12, 3, 3 Union Hanger. Obviously, you want to play 3. You want to see it as much as possible. 3 unauthorized reactivation. This is the second best thing. You open this in a piece, you have your combo. But obviously, Union Hanger is the best because it gets you the most value by itself. So yeah, you want to play 3 of each. 3 Fusion Destiny. Cards busted. 3 Pots of Prosperity. It's just for consistency. It's actually really good in this deck. You just excavate like your Evenly Mash, your Union Hanger, your Fusion Destiny, your Droplet, just Imperm, stuff to help you break boards going second. So yeah, that is it for the non-one-ofs. Now the one-ofs, we have Terraforming. It's just very important that you see the Union Hanger. Set Rotation, Mystic Mine. Against the Drytron matchup, one of my friends, I sided this out by accident. I kept Set Rotation. It was so stupid. And I drew this, and then I'm looking through my deck, and I realized that I sided this out. It was terrible. But yeah, Mystic Mine is great, especially if you can just sit on it until you can draw into gas. You know what I mean? Draw into cards that can, just take over the game. So yeah, that's mainly what I used it once today against my buddy using Sword Soul. It actually pretty much won me the match. And then for the only other trap besides Imperm is 3 Evenly. This card's so good, such a blowout against like any deck, really. And then it just baits out negates if you need to bait them out. It really puts you ahead of the game. If you draw this in Hanger and they can't stop this. This came up against the PK matchup, game 2. Yeah, game 2 he set up a full board. He had like Appaloosa for 3, Fog Blades. I stopped DPE from coming out, but yeah, this just totally wiped him out. It was great. For the extra deck, we have 3 Buster, obviously, starting off with the Fusion, 3 Buster, and then 1 DPE. You want to max out on Buster, especially for the grind game, if it gets to a ground game, and then DPE is the infamous DPE. The only link 1 is Rishka, Clara, and Rushka. This card's great. Going second, like it's especially because you're going second deck. This card is live a lot because you can only link summon this during main phase 2, and there'll be times where I draw C and like another piece, and I could just like normal summon C, go into this, and then trigger C, summon whatever other piece, and go into like Verte, or like anything else that I need to. This card is what allows you to make Union Hanger a 1-card buster because you summon the last piece with Platinum Gadget, so is definitely needed at 1. IP is another great card in this deck, just because it allows you to make like Appaloosa for 4 after you Buster, after you DPE. Verte for the DPE, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and then for the Link 4s we have 3, Appaloosa, Access Code, and then this is a flex spot. This is mainly like a card that I don't feel like is super necessary in the deck, is Boral Sword. So if you guys want to play anything else besides Boral Sword, everything else has its utility, like Cerberus, Phoenix. Like these are just cards you're going to be happy that you played, and plus you can afford to play them because there's a lot of space in the extra deck. Unicorn, Access, Appaloosa, all these are pretty necessary, I would say. Boral Sword is the only card that you can switch out for something else. You could potentially play like a rank 4 or any link of your choosing. This is another card that I feel like is necessary in this deck because you play IP, and because it's easy, relatively easy to swarm the field, especially on your following turn, and just get rid of problematic cards. Again, in the Drytron matchup, this actually came up. I linked using his DPE, which was great because DPE doesn't get destroyed. And then this against Drytrons is really good, especially in a simplified game state. So yeah, that was pretty good. So that is it for the main and extra deck, guys. I'm not going to show you guys a combo, obviously, because it's the same combo as the combo tutorial that I showed in the other ABC deck profile. So if you guys want to see like the 1-card Union Hanger into Buster and stuff like that, you know, by all means check that video out. But I think I'm going to stop it here. Yeah, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. It's pretty good. I'm not sure when I'm going to be playing this deck again. I just really wanted to showcase it for you guys since I did do okay with it. You know, I went X1 and I got 2nd place. So that was pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, please, as always, consider subscribing and liking the video. It'd be much, much appreciated. All right, guys. Peace.